They gon' paint you the villain. 8 months with no phone, dog. We aiming for brilliance. High level, maintaining the building. We making a killing. Alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded.
A terrific night for football as EA Sports takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in the capital city of Denver, Colorado. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Denver Broncos. 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. Takes it at the 7. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. He'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Here's Wilson to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. I love the confidence that they have to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They run for the first time with Javonte Williams. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down. The Broncos are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 27 yards there, a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he...
Touchdown! Cortland Sutton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. after the touchdown. Here's McManus now to kick it away. Pulls it in at the 13. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 23. Lance looking to throw it. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. So Charles already down 7-0 early. They opt to take a shot there on the first play of scrimmage, but that plan backfires.
That feels a little bit like last week's loss lingering into this game, doesn't it? You know, you're down 7 already. You lost last week. It's almost like they were trying to get it all back in one shot, trying to take a big chunk play right out of the gate.
After the interception, here's Wilson. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage. They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. But Nick Bosa so quick on the outside, he gets in there to bring him down. The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception setting up a terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Fields this way up at the 17, and they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Throwing on first down is Lance. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Mitchell. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Trying the right side with Mitchell. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Only needing 2 yards on second down. Lance now to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So an early advantage now, and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Lance. Now Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because
pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Nick Bosa, his 2nd sack of the night.
No question, that was needed by the defense because they're already trailing by a couple of scores. They had to get off the field without allowing another one. That sack on the first play, that may have derailed this drive.
17-0 our score after 1. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now it's Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. They had points on their first 2 possessions, a touchdown and a field goal, but this time, defense stands strong.
Would you say that things maybe are trending now in the right direction for them?
Better than drives 1 and 2.
There's no doubt about it. Now maybe they can exhale a little bit, gather themselves, and really get back into this game.
Not good at all. A punt of just 24 yards there. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On play action, Lance steps away. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Finding Gray going across the field. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage held their spot, and stacked him up.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
That is caught inside the 5. Touchdown 49ers. Danny Gray, 30 yards. And the 49ers get a bit closer. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Fields this way up at the 17. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Rolling to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Beck. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
They go play action with Wilson. This one swung out to Williams. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. But just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, the running crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused, and here he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. To throw, it's Lance. Able to find Gray here. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Lance going to throw. Looking for Gray and finding him once again. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
San Francisco's offense is built largely on speed, and Danny Gray, he's got plenty of it. A legit 4-3 guy who can burn defenders with the ball in his hands. He can catch it short and turn it into a long play. And as quick as he is, the 49ers will get the ball to him plenty, as they just did there for a 1st down.
Right back to Mitchell on second down. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. Bad place to fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe they could at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points because at this position of the field, it's go time, right? You take your shots at the end zone. They weren't able to do that one. So you look over at the sideline. There's the head coach saying, oh, heck, kick it. Field goal time.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Fields this way up at the 17. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with an 8-point lead, probably not too much of an impetus to try and do too much here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle, complete. That's Beck. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Play action. Now Wilson. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Being chased out left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Wilson. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team is struggling to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Wilson.
He'll get that complete to Alberto.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Sutton. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
To throw again is Wilson. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, Williams. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
And whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
So now, Charles, this drive may be a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
Lance, that's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
That'll give him 8 that time. And 3rd and 8 now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing is Lance on 3rd down.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's taken to the 26. That's a 49-yard punt, 8, though, on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10. Now Wilson. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Play action. It's Wilson. On the move to his left. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his second rushing touchdown of the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From the 10. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Out to his left, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Here's Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43. Lance looking to throw it. This one caught by Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. A short kick taken at the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And that's a tough throw for a right-handed quarterback, rolling out to his left and trying to get the ball to a receiver. We've seen all those drills where they're trying to get the shoulders square and point it towards the target downfield.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Albert Okwuegbunam, the intended target. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's Wilson. Buying time to his left. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. To throw is Wilson. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go play action with Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Beck. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And the Broncos are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Williams. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Here's the sneak with Wilson. And this time he breaks the plane. He's in for the touchdown. Russell Wilson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Broncos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Pulls it in at the 13. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Bradley Chubb able to drop in that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Even the most elusive quarterbacks have those tough days where they can't avoid sacks, and this is one of them. 3rd time he's gone down. He might develop some happy feet now, wanting to escape the pocket and try and gain more yardage with his legs.
Over the middle, and he's got Gray. And he is going to have the Niners 1st down as they pick up a big chunk of yards to boot. 18 of them. 1st down, here's Mitchell. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, Run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Randy Gregory in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Lance now to throw.
And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Michael O.J. Mudia.
And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Beating the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
That's complete left side to Gray.
The 30. 10. Touchdown, 49ers.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And that one is caught. So they convert here, and don't look now, but this one's back to a 1-score game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
This one taken just inside the 10.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Here's Wilson. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Hit and dropped behind the line by Dre Greenlaw. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. The win for the Broncos seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf. And today, that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season, defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why defending the home field is vital.
So for Denver, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams.
Got so many memories that I made on Cascade Road. I done gained